Hello everyone, welcome to Council Comments for the month of January. We're a little bit later this month, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Life happens, right?
A little bit of weather came in, and scared everybody in Alabama again like usual, so hey.
Felt like we were in the house for like another
Sure
Christmas
did.
break, right?
Yeah,
We've got our Ward 6 council member, Mr. Zahariadis. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just about as busy as can be, and I'm sure everybody's finally getting back to a normal work week with Snowmageddon potential 24 happening last week, so just easing back into that and getting ready for it's really I'm ready. I know it's just now winter, but I'm really ready for spring.
Spring sports, all the things,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Well, let's dive into that with some updates on parks. Our parks right now are just, they are moving and shaking. So tell me what's going on with them.
Yes, ma'am. Just a few of the, I guess, main highlights I want to hit are just there is so much going on. I know if you live on one side of the city, you don't see them all. So it's just nice to kind of recap what we're doing. But currently, some of the bigger ones we got, I'm sure everyone's noticed the Veterans Park. If you've driven by to at that side of town at all, or take runs, walks over there in the parks and all that, there's been a whole lot of dirt moving, a whole lot of turf laying and all that. So they are near completion with the baseball fields, softball fields alone with the turf. They've got all that laid out. That should be ready to go for the start of the season in mid-February, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
As a guy who coaches, it's going to be really nice to have that those features here in the city that not a lot of our surrounding cities have. But there's more to it than just that. Just for the athletics, there's also brand new playground equipment going in. That's beautiful. If you get a chance to go walk by there and see. Yeah. There's also pickleball courts coming, which again, I'm still, over a year later, still amazed that pickleball is becoming this phenomenon of a sport.
It is a whole thing right now. And look, my husband is super into it. And when I say that the courts at Patriots are constantly full and they're waiting in line, so these are going to be very well received, I think.
They are. And so now we're going to have some on the south side of town, which would be great for this population. But then also, on that note with Patriots, they are looking into seeing if they couldn't squeeze in 2 or 3 more courts over there to try to alleviate some of that, because
good call.
Immediately it just took off.
Yeah.
People were seriously, you can see the lines of people out there just waiting.
Truly.
So, it's pretty awesome. And on that same note with Patriots and veterans, there's something you won't see right away, but it's very important. We're going to have traffic lights installed, both at the entrance of veterans and one for Patriots as well. Okay. So Fred, our city engineer, has gotten all the right things in place with ALDOT to get that done. Now we're just kind of waiting for this stuff to be ordered. They've done like traffic studies last year and all that, but now we'll be able to see that we're hoping for within a year. So about 8 to 12 months is when we'll see those traffic lights up.
Love it.
Traffic lights up. So that'll be great too for the parks.
We always say that in city government things never happen quickly,
Correct.
but they're on the move, so we like that.
So we're hopeful that it'd be quicker than that, but just if it's nice to see that when the pieces start getting delivered and you start seeing structures go up, it's just nice to know that, hey, it's going to happen eventually.
It is in the plan. We like that for sure.
Yes.
Okay, what about like Larry Simmons, Peanut Davenport? What's going on with those?
All right, so those are also, as far as the field space goes, almost complete. I know that was probably, I don't know how many people take that road, Thompson Road, just to get their kids to school, or the kids that are going to high school and all that, but there has been so much done over there lately.
So much.
They finally got done digging majority of the, I know they're doing one of the parking lots now, but all the underlaying for the foundation for the drainage and all that, most of that's done now on at least one side by Peanut, but Larry Simmons will also be done here soon as far as the parking lot goes and all that.
Good.
But there will be, the fields will be done, ready to play on and all that. There will be some different concerns people might have, but we got a plan for it. The concession stands, bathrooms and stuff like that are going to have probably a little more of a delay getting done, which is what we kind of expected. But so they're going to be able to resume play as scheduled in February. But there may be some, off-site restrooms or off-site concession stands, mobile concession stand type, just to make sure we can keep everything moving with those.
And we had a little bit of that during football season this year, but everything was still very seamless and went off really well, so that was good.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So but those will be they're very near completion with those, and that'll be a different. Peanut's actually going to have 3 fields set up on there, which is not something you see very often. So it's going to be cool to have that feature here right in the city too, because that setup's going to be interesting, but it'll bring a whole new light to those fields. So it'll be great. So. Yeah.
Do you think we've covered the parks now?
I think we're good, yeah.
Okay, that is lots going on within our parks, but wow, so exciting and just something for everybody, right? A park for everyone. Absolutely. All right, something else that's really, really exciting that's coming is we have started, I guess, construction or groundbreaking on the new amphitheater.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about it.
And you'll see at the very least right now, I know it's not much, but you see construction fencing put up to where they're going to start tearing it down and looking at the new plans and the site developments for getting the amphitheater over there. It's right on City Hall's property, behind City Hall. So the old, well, not old, but the senior center, and then right behind there, there's the space where the amphitheater is going to go, and it's
awesome.
It's a very it's a great project and going to bring a different atmosphere to where, like, the city, we don't have that. You know, Patriots Park is a nice little area for certain events you can hold out there, but to have an actual amphitheater to host, hopefully some really good programs and artists to come through and maybe just help spice up some of the things we've done in the past. It'll be great to have that as well for anybody who wants to enjoy more of the arts theme.
Right.
So,
we've had so many great events out on that property anyways. Like you said, I think it's just going to take it to another level.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. And big shout out to Jamie Cole, because he has been pushing for that since I've been on council, and I know he's, beyond elated to see it all coming to fruition. But that man puts in a lot of work for the arts and council, and I'm very happy to see it happen for him. So.
Truly a part of his heart.
100%.
Right?
Yes.
Thank you, Jamie.
No doubt.
So something else new and exciting is we've got a new restaurant coming. We just had Kiku open. Have you tried it yet?
I have not. I've read that they have an eel bowl, which I haven't tried eel in my life, and I'm down to try a lot of food, but we'll see what happens.
I'm telling you, it is so good. We have been like multiple times since they opened, and it's so different. It's something so different. Well, we're going to have something else new that we've never had here before, and that is Big Whiskey, right?
Whiskeys. Yes, and
so
I know.
Where's that going?
Well, so the old Charlie's building that I'm sure everyone has just been frustrated since they've left, that it's just kind of sat there and nothing's really happened. I know we've made a social media release, I think 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago about it. Their plan, and that's planned, they're trying to open it up this summer. So hopefully we'll have an up-and-coming new restaurant to get just kind of a fresh look to the promenade. I know Michael's just opened up on the other side, which is great.
Yeah.
But now to have more restaurants and more venues like that will be appealing to a lot of people that maybe don't go to the promenade that often.
So there's one in Hoover, the Hoover area. Have you eaten there before?
I have not. I've never had it.
Everybody says
everybody was so excited about it that made me think it was great.
Right.
So people have been having to go to Hoover to go there because they love it, and they're just going to have it right here. That's nothing but good for us.
It's great for us, right? I love a new restaurant for sure. Now, we're having some traffic studies being done within the city. Talk to me about the areas that these studies are being done and why.
Yeah. So we mentioned this at the council meeting on Monday, but I know a lot of people don't get to view that. So these are some key points in the city. One more towards the south end at 119 and Kent Dairy Road, right there where the Starbucks are. The Starbucks is the Walgreens, the Central State Bank. For years, even before I paid attention to it, people, from what I can gather from the public and other councilmen, there's been major issues with traffic flow right there.
Right.
A lot of times, as people can tell, it's usually just people not using their blinkers the right way. But if there's something else we can do to alleviate some of that pressure, to maybe adjust some turning lanes, or kind of just adjust the light, maybe look at, I don't know, flashing yellows instead of just red.
Something that could help make it a little safer.
And we haven't really taken the time to sit down and just focus on just that yet. So we're gonna partner with Sane and Associates and go ahead and get them to perform a study, see what we can do moving forward there.
Okay.
And on the other side of town, right there at Thompson, at the end of Thompson Road and Navajo Trail, First Avenue, right there.
Right.
As a guy who drives there daily almost, you sit there for 3-4 minutes sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes you get lucky and time it right, but there's been a lot of frustration, I know, from multiple people on that side of town. And some of my friends live very close to there. When I first got on council, they'd be like, "Hey, fix my light."
You heard it, right?
Yes, sir. All right, I'm working on it. So 2 years later, hey, we're doing a study on it, okay? But that one, there's some older technology that either maybe we just haven't tried to venture outside and try to use some newer stuff. More of like a radar system, or more of just a tracking. They're going to track the traffic flow again over there, and then try to figure out what's the best move forward to. Again, over there, like a flashing yellow may serve a good purpose to where everyone's not just at a standstill for so long, not being able to make a turn.
Right.
But we haven't really sat down and evaluated that in years, so we're going to do that, and then hopefully we'll come out with some new technology and some upgrades to that little area right there too. So
perfect. So more to come on those after the studies are done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that information. Now we're going to end today talking about the clean sweep. If you are anything like me right now, nothing is safe in my house. If it is not nailed down to the floors, it's going. Okay. We're cleaning out, but we've got something coming up that could help with that. So talk about the clean sweep.
And that's the clean sweep that comes up every April. Again, it's still relatively new to me, but I know Stacey Rakestraw is.
Yes.
She heads it up. She's very passionate about it, and she always has a good turnout, from what I can gather. And last year I was there as well. So it was just. It's an initiative that it kind of puts it into perspective for everybody at one time. If we can all focus as a city and as residents to try to tackle some of our big jobs, try to really just take more of an initiative on the simple things like, for example, on April 6th, there's going to be volunteers are welcome to. I would email Stacey Rakestraw. She can be the quickest reference to it. But just email her at rakestraw@cityofalabaster.com if you have a group of people that want to serve to clean up litter on the side of the roads.
Yeah.
But that's Saturday, April 6th, and that's just a good. There's not really much better way than try to pull together a bunch of people in your city to go clean up trash.
Right.
It makes it prevalent in their minds, and it lets you and your kids and everybody can kind of get together and do it as a city, and that's just a good push to try to keep our city looking good, because again, we're growing, so that would hopefully mean that we're going to have more and more people that want to come here. So if we can keep it looking better and better each year, then we're doing our job.
Yeah,
so.
A great way to get your families involved in helping take pride in our city and cleaning things up and out and all the things. And then you can shred things that day too. There's all kinds of stuff.
I think the shredding may actually be on April 20th.
Okay.
And again, I believe I read into that correctly, but it should be on April 20th. There's a large paper shredding and recycling event she holds as well. And that's from 8 a.m. to noon on the 20th. Now there is, if you want to visit the city website, if you're interested in bringing some either large documents or a lot of stuff, just make sure you visit the website, because there is specific items that you can and can't bring. The paper shredding and electronic recycling day will be on April 20th from 8 a.m. to noon. So that just gives everybody an opportunity to get rid of maybe some massive. I have a lot of documents in my garage that I don't even know where they're from, that I know I got boxes on, and I could just get them and finally get rid of them on one day and get it all knocked out. So, but there is a list on the city's website that, of acceptable and non acceptable items as well. Okay. So I'd recommend visiting that if you're interested in taking part in that day.
And we'll talk about this more, because we do have until April, but definitely kind of go ahead and get it in your minds. Yeah. And if you want to volunteer, you've got a group that you want to get together and serve the city in that way, it'd be wonderful to do, and reach out to Stacey Rakestraw on that. Yeah. I think we've covered a whole lot.
We have.
And there is a lot going on within the city, as always. More to come, but I thank you so much for joining us. I love getting to talk with you guys and just hearing a little bit more about what is happening in this incredible city of ours, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Make sure you tune in next month for another Council Comments brought to you by the City of Alabaster.